welcome to another video. My name is Chrissy from the Chrissy Chaos Nooks, where basically everything and anything can go wrong in my videos. I have 2 children and life happens. I am going to be doing my TBR for the month of February. Really quick, I did want to advise that I did switch how I'm going to do my year and monthly. I was doing the Lost in the Library. I switched it to it strictly being January's, and the year is going to be the map of stories. With the current reads that I did read for January, I was able to accomplish 2 out of the 3 prompts for January, so that is a win for me. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and get this started. In 12 book for the month to see what I am reading, and the outcome of this is going to be right here. And with that being said, as you can see, it is called Betting on the House. And what that book is about, just to kind of give you an idea, the photo of it is going to be up there. Basically, it is about 2 friends, I think. It's about Natalie. She has her life and her independence and her rock and roll dream job, a talent manager in LA at the world's largest music management firm. But when Natalie's grandmother dies and leaves her the family house in Appalachia, Maryland, she has no choice but to truck her way back east and confront the past she's worked so hard to escape. But luckily for her, family drama isn't the only thing she finds in the mountains. A luscious Laura, a lawyer, a heartthrob handyman, a mediocre mom, and an absolute asshole of a half-brother. This road trip might be more than what she bargained for. So that is a Betting on the House. Last month, I did the spinner wheel for self-destruct, and I would do that. However, since I am trying to accomplish some of the prompts for Map of Stories, I did look in the self-destruct, and one of the prompts was it has to be exactly 2 people. Well, I did find one on my self-destruct list, and that is this book here called Once Upon a Ren Fair. And this book is about a day at the Ren Fair becomes more of an adventure than Catilia ever imagined. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name right, but we're just winging it. Catilia has a normal 17-year-old life, except that she was found on the steps of a police station when she was a baby. She was born with green hair, and no one knows why. A fun day takes a fateful twist after a group of Ren Fair barbarians who actually seem dangerous start chasing her across the grounds. When she follows a handsome Joyster Emerson into a hollow tree to hide, she finds herself in a fantasy land of giants, killer unicorns, powerful fairies, and dryads. Can Emerson help her find the key to return home, or will she be swallowed up by this impossible land? So again, that is the Once Upon a Ren Fair. With that being said, are basically all that I have for the Map of Stories prompt that I will still be on the hunt for. I am going to try and get a romance author genre if I can. And that's the one where the author is LGBTQIA+. You actually know any that does have a romance book, please put in the comments so that way I can go ahead and check them out. At the time of this film, I actually have just started 4 books. 2 of them are actually buddy reads, and I only am at like 13%. They are going to go on to my February TBR. I actually have been addicted to this game right here called Cozy Caravan. Super cute, and I'm obsessed. It is very low-key, amazing to have audio books playing while playing this. Absolutely love it. In the meantime, I am going to go over the 4 books that I have, but before I do, I am going to show you the 2 spins for the Disneyland Paris, and this is which land we are going to be selecting. So this is this spin right here. And as you can see, that spin is the Walt Disney Studios. So the next spin I am going to do is to see what prompt in that land I need to find a book for, and the result is going to be right here. Wonderland vibe. The Once Upon a Ren Fair totally represents the whole Wonderland vibes. So I'm totally counting that, so I don't have to select another book. Love Redesigned. Julian, if I ever caught on fire, Dahlia would have fanned the flames with a smile. So when she returns to Lake Wisteria, I fully intend to avoid the interior designer, at least until my meddling mother exploits my savior complex. The faster I help Dahlia find her creative spark, the sooner she will leave town. But while I was busy getting rid of Dahlia, I overlooked one potential issue. What happens if I want her to stay? Dahlia, people say the devil has many faces, but I know only one, Julian. My childhood rival and family frenemy. I vow to steer clear of him while recovering from my broken engagement, but then the billionaire makes an irresistible offer. Renovate a historic house together and triple our profits. Our temporary truce becomes compromise as we face years worth of denied attraction and mixed emotions. Giving into our desire is inevitable, but falling in love, that isn't part of the plan. So I totally love that. It's dual perspective, if you could not tell already. It is the same author that did the Dreamland Billionaire series. Absolutely love that. I cannot wait to dive into this one. This one is the Dungeon Crawler Carl. I am going to be buddy reading it with a friend of mine. I will link her channel down below, so that way you have an idea. If you do not at all know what Dungeon Crawler Carl is, I will let you know. Basically, it's about a man, his ex-girlfriend's cat, a sadistic game show unlike anything in the universe. A dungeon crawl where survival depends on killing your prey in the most entertaining way possible. In a flash, every human eradicated construction on Earth, from Buckingham Palace to the tiniest of sheds, collapses in a heap, sinking into the ground. The buildings and all the people inside have all been atomized and transformed into the dungeon, an 18-level labyrinth filled with traps, monsters, and loot. A dungeon so enormous it circles the entire globe. Only a few dare venture inside, but once you're in, you can't get out, and what's worse, each level has a time limit. You have but days to find a staircase to the next level down, or it's game over. And this game is not about your strength or dexterity, it's about your followers, your views, your clout. It's about building an audience and killing those goblins with style. You can't just survive here. You gotta survive big. You gotta fight with vigor, with excitement. It is a very well-known book. I definitely want to try it. I'm actually also, my husband is very much into audio, and we actually have the first book on Audible. I have heard that having the audio makes a world difference with when reading this book. Super excited to actually get into it and go from there. Is Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing also is a very well-known book. I am actually reading it with another friend that I met on Leandra's Discord, and so we are actually buddy reading it, and we're gonna go through it. If you do not know what Fourth Wing is about, it is 20-year-old Violet Sorrengail was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now the commanding general, also known as her tough-as Italian's mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre. Again, do not know how to pronounce it. Do not come after me. Which is dragon riders. When you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away, because dragons don't bond to fragile humans. They incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than candidates, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden Rorson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wits can give her just to see the next sunrise. Yet, with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly. The kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. I assume it's still a very popular series. Is one that I did want to actually get. I actually came across it in my library, and I snagged it so that way I can go ahead and get that read. Last book that I am reading for the month of February is called The Last Invitation. I'm not budding reading it or anything like that. I've had this book checked out from the library for a while, and we're just trying to get through it. Invitation that is to an exclusive club that comes with deadly consequences. They meet the second Tuesday of every month and vote, and then someone dies. Over the last few years, prominent people, a retired diplomat, beloved basketball coach, CEO of an empire, have died in a series of fluke accidents and shocking suicides. There's no apparent connection, no signs of foul play. Behind it all is a powerful group of women, the Sophia Foundation, who meet over wine and cheese to review files of men who behave very, very badly, and then mete out justice. Jessa Hall jumped at the mysterious exclusive invitation to the secret club. The invite comes when she's at her lowest, aching for a way to take back control. After years of fighting and scratching to get ahead, she's ready for a chance to make the bad guys lose. Jessa soon realizes, though, just how far she's willing to go and how dangerous this game has become. Once in the group, it's impossible to get out. She has nowhere to turn except former friend Gabby Fielding, who is investigating the mysterious death of her ex-husband. Aligned in their goal to take down the foundation, Gabby and Jessa need each other, but working together doesn't mean they trust each other or that either will survive to tell the truth. So it's definitely very interesting. For my 6, I'll put the number of how many books I'm actually reading. am just going to quickly go ahead and wrap up this video. That is my February TBR. Do let me know if you have read any of the books that I have listed, what your thoughts, what your current TBR is. Are you participating in any readathons? Do leave that in the comments below. And until next time, friends, happy reading. Bye, guys.